Hey everyone, it is Thursday, March 2nd, sorry, a couple months ahead of time. For some reason, I saw the beautiful sunshine in this virtual background and said, hey, it's May. Hey, say no to temps, by the way. This is from a dental implant company. I'm going to get my implant, this one and that one, pretty soon because the Army and the VA is finally paying for it. But hey, I just want to let you guys know this is episode 7. So, what are we going to talk about today? Some things I'm just seeing out there. This is just kind of like a casual thing. I'm going to do my front office, back office. I'll have episode 100 coming up. Yeah, it's 100. It's 100. Episode 100. This is 97. So just want to let you know there's a few things I'm seeing. I'm hearing a lot about some turmoil, basically in some. Yeah, there's some funds and stuff that are talking about it. A lot of people have talked about the real estate market. I think it's still strong. I think there's some issues in some markets, but not where I live. But in some markets, there's actually some turmoil because of the economy and stuff. And I think that's affecting some private money. It's affecting the private money markets because there is actually more private money available because people don't want to be putting money into crypto anymore, and they're starting to. Inflation is just killing a lot of industries as well as government. There's just too much. The government just seems to be like doing a lot of stupid things. Mainly, not going to really get into party versus party, but a lot of things that are going on out there. So we want to make sure that we tell everybody that we have incredible opportunities if you're looking to kind of insulate yourself from that to get into things you own, physical assets. You want to get into physical assets and tangible assets because it's like I got this fruit from the grocery store, right? This is my fruit. I'm not paying for it on credit. I basically bought it out of the fruit aisle or the produce section, whatever it's called these days. I don't know. They got new terms for everything now. You go in a grocery store and it's like, hey, there's a candy aisle, but then there's like a candy aisle at every register now. It's just some marketing thing. But you want to own things that if you want to get things that you own real estate, you own precious metals. If you own gold or silver, you can own like mineral rights and oil and gas rights. You don't actually own the oil and something comes out of the ground. I mean, you own the rights to it. It's a pretty lucrative business, and most of them, if you get the right oil companies or the fracking companies, you can actually do pretty good in that. But we still like real estate, we like precious metals, strategic metals, critical minerals. Why? You can own it. There's a credible market. A lot of you guys probably saw my post the other day. I put the just 5 of the strategic metals like gallium, neodymium, dysprosium, terbium. I mean, terbium was like almost 250% increase. Sorry, the trash day. So the trash truck's coming by. So terbium itself was 350% increase over the last 5 years between 2017 and 2021 into 22. So, you put $100,000 in there, it's got 350% return on investment, pretty substantial. What we're seeing a lot of obviously out there too is real estate markets where, some of these communities and states are passing rent control, or some communities are going up against short-term rental owners like VRBO and Airbnb. You look at a lot of the markets, and there's very, it's one set of people that are like they hate like people that invest in properties, no matter what the reason, and they consider them, oh, it's a business. It's not a, they don't understand that a lot of Airbnbs and stuff are owned by people that maybe that's the only one they have, and maybe they're planning to live in Summit County, Colorado when they retire. So get a property now and then use it Airbnb or VRBO or whatever, and use it maybe 20 days a year or whatever when you take your vacation this summer and you go up and you ski or snowboard, whatever you do up in Breckenridge or Vail or Aspen, Steamboat. I lived in Steamboat for almost a year and a half. Things like places like that. But there are a lot of people up there that are against it. Oh, we need affordable housing. Where are the teachers going to live? Where are the restaurant workers? And they're not going to be able to afford $1 million condo, $1 million house. So there's a lot of short-sightedness, and a lot of the politicians up there are kowtowing to the locals when they don't realize that if all these vacation rentals and stuff are going to employ, there's always work that needs to be done. There's cleaners. I mean, if you're doing Airbnb, you're generally cleaning between rentals. You got a service, you got to have a service provider for that. You got to have a plumber on call. You got to pay for local services. So there's an economy there. There's an economy with the economy. And so we see a lot of things out there that are affecting real estate markets. They're not like around here. I think in Evergreen, I'll have to check with my friend in Evergreen, my realtor. Uh, I think we're around $1 million average home price, which is pretty cool. I mean, we got houses you can get. I mean, if you spend three, four, $500,000, you're pretty much getting crap. You might as well just tear it down and build a new house. So there goes you can get a condo for probably 300,000. You can get like a 2 bedroom in Amberwoods, or there's a couple other ones where you can get like $300,000. You can get like a 1 or 2 bedroom if you own it. But you're starting to talk about like anything decent in our town is 500,000 or more. And we go up to, there's a $25 million house on Chris Drive. If you guys want it, it's let me know because I can refer you to my realtor friend, and she hopefully kick me back something, a couple of Guinness or whatever. But a lot of stuff going on in our community, but around the country, I think the real estate market's it's still viable, but it's going to be a seller's market pretty soon. And that's going to, so if you own property and want to sell it, it's probably going to be a seller's market in a lot of areas. But what we're also seeing, I preach AI, really getting into AI. Just pay attention to our March 27th event, because if you're in our download center, which is only $100, or you're in our mastermind, which is a Masterclass, which is only $297 through March 30th. So you got to get in before March 27th. But if you're in, you're going to take the AI class and learn from 2 people. But if you work with the 3 Ps, which is Privy, PropStream, and PropWire, and PropWire has a phenomenal free side where you can do a lot of stuff. You can start getting into real estate that way, and you're making contact with the seller or the seller's agent. You can avoid working with wholesalers, and we can hook you up with our lists and stuff for you. You can get properties, really good deals on properties right now. Whether you want to flip them or you rent them. If you want to get into a multifamily, that's pretty strong right now. Self storage is always good. There's some things going on in the car market. The car market's just unbelievable. I have a couple of contacts in the car market, and it's like these older cars are just there's some ridiculous stuff. I just saw one where some lady was posting that she showed the contract in the picture, $289 a month for 84 months, and she bought a 1988, I think it was a Toyota Corolla or some Camry from 88 or whatever. It was like, shit, you're buying a 25-year-old car or a 35-year-old car, and you're paying $289 a month. But there's a lot of flux in the car markets, and a lot of repossessions are going to happen. A lot of the cars that were bought because of the pandemic and all the COVID specials that the auto dealers have, a lot of cars are underwater, and a lot of the car loans. So there's gonna be a lot of repossessions. I just also saw where Ford and some other companies are trying to get patents on technology where not only can your car self-drive, but it can repossess itself. So imagine that, you can't hide from the repossession person anymore. I guess you could if you keep it in a garage because it really can't drive through a garage door. But having the ability to repossess itself if you don't make the payments, it's kind of I don't know. It depends on which way you look at it. I'm kind of mixed. I'm like, I don't know, because some people just fall behind, and for legitimate reasons. Like I have no problem if somebody's just a dirtbag, but some people have circumstances. Just like I said, a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of stuff with food. I mean, we've seen. It's amazing food security, and I don't know, man. I see a lot of stuff going on out there. Food prices are pretty astronomical right now. I was just looking at the price of Doritos the other day, and it was $4.99, and I just remember a couple of years ago it was like $2.99 for the same bag. So when I buy chips or things like that, I buy the generic store ones because you can get them for like $1.59 for the same. Are they quite as good? I don't know. I mean, I got them right now. I got the cheap version of Doritos from Kroger, but it's like, so a lot of stuff's going on out there, and we've got a pretty good deal together right now. Our Kevin's contact, who works at the Federal Reserve, has a couple of deals going right now with some of her contacts, and we're able to put you in touch or submit deals to her. You'll actually never get to meet her. or send it directly to her. But if you're in one of our groups and you will have a deal where we can send it to her, then if the deal makes sense, her contacts will possibly fund your deal. We have 2 deals, 3 deals in, but 2 deals will likely be funded this month. One just got submitted. It's more like an unwind. It's hard to unwind things. I always tell people the best thing to do if you're to contact me before you ever put an offer in, because I have some ways to help you. And I have people, I've trained enough people. I have people out there that know the private money world, know how to get deals funded. So if you've got a deal, if you're looking to get your first real estate deal, you want to reach out to me. If you're looking to scale or go bigger or change, if you're looking to go to change your strategy, don't pay a guru $3,000. Literally, you get in my masterclass for $397 for life, and we got almost every strategy there. You can just download everything, the different contacts, the different contracts, the agreements, purchase and sale agreements. We have the addendums that go with them that protect you, so you can have outs for your EMD. We have 2 people. One will be coming on board who can do down payment loans or down payment participation with you, and then another one is an EMD lender. I'm getting their information. And I've got, one of them's already in our master class and one of them's joining. So we'll be able to do EMD loans and we have a lot of ways you can avoid the wholesalers, because 90% of them, like I said, are good. You get those 10% that aren't. Like, here's the deal. And like I said, I've mentioned it a few times and people get upset. It's amazing how defensive they get. But if you're buying it for about $80,000 from a seller and selling it for $99,000, and that property, I don't know what the ARV is. It's the missing number. I don't know the ARV or what the rehab costs are going to be. Did they expect it to be higher than what they thought? And that's a ridiculous profit. I could see making 10%, making $8,000, maybe making 10,000, selling it for 90,000. If you do that, I know wholesalers have to sometimes work on numbers to make good money, but I don't think you need to do that on every deal. I think you can actually, if you use, like I said, the 3 Ps, you can cut out y'all letters, cold calling, skip tracing, and all that, just using those. Do our AI event, watch those in action, watch some public searches, go on, learn how to make the contacts, all the chat prompts, things like that. We're going to teach you that. Our guys are going to teach you that, like how to go in and do, make an offer and do everything using AI. And we understand that there's Microsoft and Google. Microsoft came out so strong that they had to, Google panicked and had to bring in Sergey and Larry Page to come in and to help them with theirs. And now you got Mark Zuckerberg's doing his, and Elon's going to be doing his. Elon had quite the day yesterday. Tesla Investor Day, plus launching a rocket for NASA with astronauts to the space station. Plus, Twitter is finally going to be profitable for the first time probably ever, and he's fixed a lot of the problems at Twitter. So he had a great day yesterday. If he gets into AI, I look forward to seeing, the big 4 of those companies that are going to compete for AI. I'm looking for who's going to be the strongest in real estate and be able to connect people with metals and minerals and, physical assets. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of reach out on Thursday and kind of tell you what's going on, or just my thoughts. This is more of a my thoughts kind of thing. But if you're interested in talking to me about investors, download center, or masterclass, or anything like that, reach out to me. I'll be in touch. So I'm actually not in the Tetons, just to tell you that, since people, yesterday like, hey, that's cool, the Tetons. I'm like, if I was actually right here, sitting right here right now, A, it's probably like below 0 because where it's at, and B, it's ice, and I'm probably already freezing to death. So I probably would have already been frozen solid to the ice about 5 minutes ago. But just wanted to reach out and let everybody know. So feel free to reach out to me. Talk to you later.